Hello guys, so today we are going to go through first part of upgrading CR-10 Max. I need this printer for some of my personal projects that are a little bit bigger and require a larger nozzle. And of course require a E3D obsidian nozzle, which is resistant to change of diameter. Now I'm going to home printer, then I'm going to send it 150 millimeters up the air, and I'm going to remove extruder. Idea with this printer is to upgrade it to the maximum so that we can have reliable data, reliable movements and so on, and potentially add a second tool head, but we will see about that. Now I am third or fourth hand for this 3D printer. It had a couple of owners before, but they did not use this printer that much. They upgraded everything, but they used ASA plastic without enclosure, so they were not able to print anything exponentially, anything bigger at all. So this is relatively low mileage printer. Now I have installed adapter for E3D nozzle, and I have installed E3D nozzle now with heater, and I'm going to cut these thermistor and heater wires to the length, to the correct length. We have two options when installing these wires. In my case, because I live in Bosnia and Herzegovina and Sarajevo, I have problem with shipping from AliExpress and other places. And I am going to recycle these connectors from other projects. To be exact, I'm going to recycle pins from these connectors and connectors themselves. So we will see that through this video. Me struggling to solder these pins back together and so on. Now, when working with this toolhead, we only have two things that are important in our case. One is thermistor, and other one is heater. And we have standard values of these parts. For thermistor, it is 19 kilo ohms, I think, 19 to 100, and for resistor is like 20, something like that. So we will see later on in this video. Before we put anything back together, we will need to check that none of these parts are shorting, because they are directly connected to the PCB and they can destroy main PCB, main logic board. So this video will probably have 4 parts, because I need to install clipper, to install Raspberry Pi screen, to install linear bearings, rails, and then to calibrate everything. And after that I will probably need another toolhead in order to print two different materials together to make some kind of composites. So we will see about that last part, but first we are going to work on this E3D nozzle and to get it running. Now, as with every project with 3D printing, some things are done, but many of these projects are not completed, you know. You need to do tinkering for yourself. So we will see that by the end of the video. A small problem that I had while doing this first part of upgrading CR-10 Max Pro. Now I have put everything back together. I have soldered everything. I used 300 Celsius degrees Celsius for soldering, and everything is up to length. Now I am testing resistance and everything looks fine. I had a couple of failed attempts with connectors, but now everything is up to task. Now, in order to prevent vibration causing some damage and shorting, I'm going to add thermal silicone that is used for sealing car gaskets, I think. There is red one and there is this black one, and I will show you characteristics of the tube in which I got this. Now, this is the material, as you can see in the video. Up to 500 Celsius, 400, something like that. Now, I need to change fan duct, and I have printed it with ASA filament, and we have a BL Touch spacer. Now, this BL Touch is not original one, it is 3D Touch, so that caused me problems with this spacer because probes did not have correct length. Now I am going to do complete, not complete, but I'm going to disassemble most of these parts from Hotend, and because printer was used and never cleaned while it was used. So while I'm going to add this new fan duct, I'm going to clean the fans to restore them and to mount them in their appropriate positions. Now, in order to completely clean these fans, we will need to disassemble them and to remove the inner dirt that has been collected in there. I am using vacuum cleaner to suck up this dust. Now we will need to be careful with orientation of this printer, of this fan. The opening needs to go in the right direction in order to cool this print head and extruder. I have done everything correct, and I am assembling now these different parts. Now this fan duct had some problems, so I had to glue it together on some places. I have mounted this extruder in the correct place, and I'm going to screw it back in or on. At the beginning I thought that I had to assemble it completely with wheels and everything, but this is clever design, so a couple of screws are the only things that had to be removed. and add it later on. So now this is finished, and we are going to home the printer and to see how it works. Everything works fine. Or not so much, because as we can see, the spacer for build touch was not correct, so we will need to fix that. Okay, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.